Hi, this is Rainbow Harmony, here to help you find balance and peace to live a more colorful life. And this is a personal reading for someone who took me up on my 11/11 special. This is a twin flame reading. Actually, I'm giving this reading to this person for free because I gave them another reading and I messed up. I accidentally gave them a general reading when I was supposed to give them a twin flame reading. So here I go, Mercury retrograde, having to do things twice, right? But I'm actually really excited for this because I really enjoyed tapping into your energy. I feel like you're the kind of person who really takes these readings seriously and you really like to go back and listen and implement some of this stuff. So I always love, some people, I'll be honest, do come for readings and I know all they want to hear is just like, they just want to know how the person feels. And I get that. Sometimes I'm just pull a card. I'm like, I want to know how someone feels, and that's cool, but I love when people come for the readings when they're actually interested in really bringing more balance and peace into their life, because that's what this is all about, is helping you guys come to balance and peace and sharing some stuff that has been helping me on my journey of coming to more balance and peace in my life. So I'm pretty excited about this reading, and I'm really sorry that I didn't give you the right reading, but I also believe everything happens for a reason, and maybe you were supposed to hear that reading, but I see why you want a twin flame read, because look at this, and this, and this. So that's the Blasted Oak, the Decision card, and the Frustration card coming through. So it's like a lot of energy, like a lot of intensity here, a lot of confusion, like, I feel like you're very overwhelmed with the situation. So I see that this is really a reading that you need, and I'll see if I can help out. So I'm gonna get into this. I did kind of skim through what you told me and your email and your story, but I didn't want to read too much because I want to stay as unbiased as possible. But I do have to say, the only card that flew out of the deck was this card, which talks about the throat chakra. So you've been saying that you've had some issues and you feel like it's related to this situation, and I feel like this flew out first thing as I started shuffling right after I read that part in the email. And so I feel like this is confirmation that, yeah, trust your intuition here. There's something going on with your throat and, a blockage with you being able to express yourself, because this came out reversed. So this is cards all about speaking your truth, expressing yourself, spiritual healing, teaching, stuff like that. So I instantly got a message that something that could help you, because I'm a healer too, but I don't really do a lot of that. I spent a lot of years healing with my hands, working with children, and I don't do that much anymore, but something I do know that will really help with throat chakra is singing. So turn on some music that reminds you of this person in this situation. And first you're going to want to turn on music that makes you sad and upset and that really resonates, and, sing and cry. Sing and cry, let it out, and sing loud. Who cares about your neighbors or who lives with you? Sing really loud. Sometimes if I don't want people to hear me when I'm singing, I put a fan on and I sing in my bathroom. It also echoes in there, but sing really loud, and don't worry about the other people. If anyone else lives with you, like, don't worry about that, and or neighbors or anything, just sing super loud. And then after you feel like you're done singing all the sad music, then put on something happy that makes you feel like energized, and put on something that makes you feel hopeful. And if you don't know any music like that, then just go research it. Like, if you like jazz music, just Google like new jazz music, or happy jazz or something. I don't know. Whatever, just singing. And it's going to help you express yourself, and it's really going to help your throat. And writing will also help too. Writing in a journal, but I think you actually need to use your throat, even if it's a little painful. Just try. If it's really excruciating, I don't know how bad this throat thing is, but if it's excruciating, then just sing like one song, but try to sing loud, and sing the words and what resonates with you out loud, and I think it's going to help clear that up. That's what I do. Whenever I know I have a block with my throat and I'm having a really bad day, I turn on music and I sing really loud. Sometimes I'll do it for like 3 hours. And afterwards, I can feel like the lump in my throat is gone and like the blockage is gone, and it's easier for me to talk, and to sometimes I'll sing before I actually do readings. So let's get into this. Joined energy between you guys. I feel like you guys are stuck. I feel like neither of you guys is feeling very bold right now. And you guys are both stuck kind of in this pit of snakes. You're trying to get out of like this sticky situation, probably related to your career, trying to get to the top. But right now it's just hustle and it's hard work. So basically what's really, really dominating both of your lives is this work. But also it seems like it's not a time where either of you are feeling like taking risks or taking big leaps. This could be because of whatever type of shift or contrast you guys have been dealt during this Mercury retrograde. Because the universe has these cards and it just throws them at you. Everyone gets dealt some different pot of craziness to deal with during Mercury retrograde, and it's all part of your growth and expansion. So I feel like that's what's happening. There's a lot of growth, a lot of expansion right now. You're not feeling neither of you are feeling very bold. So if there's some stagnation here, if things aren't moving forward, that's why. You're focused on work, and at the same time, no one's feeling like taking a risk right now. His energy. Wow! This is probably the most intense twin flame read I've done all weekend, and I've done like 5 of these now. Yours is a lot different than the other ones I've done. I saw a lot of patterns in the reads I did yesterday, and I'm like, this is really different. I'm not going to say that this is bad or negative. I just think that this is a very, very crucial time for both of you guys. I think you're doing a little bit better right now than this person. He seems like there's a lot of shit going down. Like, look, he's got this healing card. And then endings and beginnings. So it's making me wonder, did someone die? Was there a breakup? You know? Does this have to do with you? You know? He isn't able to do much right now. That's why we've got this bold card reversed in your joint energy. Because this is his focus, you know? Healing is very personal to each person. For a lot of times, though, people are going to retreat and kind of be alone for their healing. It's not our time, really, to be reaching out to people and to be connecting, because healing is just so personal and you need a lot of time alone, and it takes a big toll on your body and your mind and your spirit, you know? It takes a lot to balance. So whatever this is, this ending in his life, this new cycle that's starting, or this one that's ended, it's taking a toll on him, and he's needing that space. So currently, you know, his Mercury is really retrograding. Mercury is retrograding all over this person right now, and who knows, I wonder what the energy would be for this person in a couple of weeks, or if perhaps this is just a big phase they're going through in their life. I wonder how long this has been going on. That's what I'm trying to say. But I feel like it's been... whatever I'm going to pull another card. That's what we're doing. I feel like knowing their energy right now is going to help you. So let me pull a card from my personal deck. Let's see. Okay. I think they're just trying to tell you not to worry. I think you're going to be really worried. Like, you obviously you really care for this person, but they're trying to say that this person's going to be okay. When I see your angel is here card, I pull it for a lot of people who are in a really dire situation in a frantic time. Someone who just needs a reminder that there's someone here for them. So I feel like there's a dual message. I feel like this person's going to be okay, and they're being watched over and they're being protected as they go through this healing. But I also feel like this came out for you. I'm going to read this to you, and I want you to just kind of take a deep breath and close your eyes for a second and just really think about who this is, okay? But I think this came out for you. It says, who is the first person to come to mind? Whether an actual angel, earth angel, departed loved one, spirit guide, or your deity, there is someone who is here now to comfort you. They want you to know that you are safe. They can see your situation, and they want you to know that all is well and will continue to be. They want you to make a wish. They can pull some strings. Have faith. Maybe that's what this is all about. I got a feeling and intuition about grandma for you. Like grandma wants to talk. I don't know. I'm gonna pull a card. I'm like, what do they want to say? Aw, that's sweet. They just want to give you a big hug. Whoever this is, I feel like it might be grandma, but I don't know. They just want to give you a big hug right now. They can see into your situation. And same thing goes for him. He's being protected, and he's learning how to have faith, and that might be what this is all about for him, you know? Your energy. Wow, how cool is this? Yay! Whenever I see this card, I'm like, oh crap, because the person has, it's like always hard for me to break this card to people, because it kind of means that you've been through hell, and finally though, you jumped on this boat and you're just getting out of there. You're getting the hell out of hell. And you're moving forward, and the wheel of the year is turning. I mean, once again, a big thing that's been coming through on every reading, that, you know, we're heading into a new season. It's September now, you know? But you're in a transition into peace. Look at this. Transition to peace. How beautiful is that? That's your energy right now. And I feel like you've worked really hard on this. I did read in your email, you know, that you are, you know, soon going to be done with that job that's demanding so much of your time and taking away your sleep. So you know that this is where you're headed, transition to peace. But it's going to be a peaceful time. And I do see some playful energy. I think you're going to be allowed to enjoy your life more. You know, you're going to allow yourself to enjoy your life more with this extra time. And I think that's something that's coming out, because that's something you should focus on, is reward yourself for the hard work you've done. Don't forget to reward yourself, and you know, don't forget to celebrate your accomplishments and how hard you've worked. I mean, oh my gosh. Can't even imagine what it would be like having your life and your schedule. You have to slow down and reward yourself. But this is a sign that peace is coming. So, you know, this reading does seem a little heavy, and we're going to get into this, but I want you to really remember this card, okay, and trust that this is what's coming. And a lot of times, you know, the best things are going to come after a time of chaos and confusion. A lot of times, the reason you see this chaos, and it's like a shift, and I've been noticing that pattern. I mean, you go through certain things in life long enough, and I start to realize, okay, when I start feeling this energy, and when things start doing this, I know, like, I just gotta hold on and just hang in there, because things are shifting, and it's gonna get better, and it always does, you know? So that's where you're at. That's the message that's coming through, is you gotta hang in. You are transitioning to this time of peace. So, his feelings about union at present. Huh. The heron. Now, the heron is a symbol of long-lasting marriage. I do have to say that when my partner and I got married, a heron came and landed right over us. And it was the first time I had ever seen one, and it was the first time I ever looked up a spirit animal. It's what actually got me into spirit animals and eventually led me to this path of doing tarot. So kind of crazy, right? So the heron, even if you just Google it, like the crane or the heron, the first thing you're going to see is that it's a symbol of long-lasting marriage. So this could be an omen, but it has to do with patience and taking things one step at a time. Because if you've ever watched a heron fish, this is exactly how they stand, and they're very still, and they wait, and they wait, and they wait, and then they go pop, and they grab the fish. And the fish just assumes that the heron is part of the plants, and, you know, it doesn't realize that there's actually a bird there. And so you might not realize that this guy is being patient. He has a plan, and he's kind of waiting for the right time. And he does have this unconditional love for you. Like, he doesn't judge you. So it's interesting. Sometimes in this placement, for, you know, how they feel about union, I'm gonna see, sometimes I see that they're not feeling it at all. That's always awkward, being like, yeah, they don't feel this. They're not feeling this connection. But sometimes I get the true love card and like the twin flame card, and that's really sweet. It's like, oh, like trying to give the person hope and like a sign, but it's really intense and beautiful when I pulled the unconditional love card here, because it's like, this person, it doesn't matter what you do, it doesn't matter if you smeared a bunch of poo on your face and friggin' walk down the street like that every day, this person would still love you. They don't care, like, how, whatever, how crazy you are, how weird you can be sometimes, or how your tics or your shortcomings, they don't even see that in you. They love every part of you, and that's beautiful. That's unconditional love. So that's all I can say about Union right now. You know, like I said, he's going through shit. This bold card is reversed, you know, so no one's going to be making a big move right now, but this is like, I feel like he's hanging in there like you are. Like, there is this shared connection, and he does feel it. Now, your feelings about Union. You have this vision in your head of what this thing would look like, and it is freaking awesome. It is this beautiful home life. Look at all these little herons in the background. He's made his move. Perhaps there's some children involved. And you just feel like it would really balance you, you know, yin yang, the moon, the sun, like there's like this balance in this card, and I feel like you guys coming together would make this beautiful life, and it would actually produce, you know, wealth and abundance and prosperity, and you're feeling like this would actually help your situation, you know, and but you have faith. I'm really feeling this faith from you. You are the kind of person that does have hope, and you persevere. And man, if I could just have the inner strength you have, because you know, when I tap into your energy, I can really get into every chakra and feel what's going on with you. And I wish I had the inner strength that you had. It's powerful, and I think it's just a sign that you know. Like you said, that you're a hard worker, and that you bought this house when you were younger, and that you know that you can manifest what you want. And I pulled this card again for you. Look at this. So it's because of your hope and your faith. I'm going to tell you that. It's basically what you have in your life and what you see in your life and the success you have in your life directly correlates to how much hope and faith you have in yourself, in the universe, and the people around you. 100%. That's why it's the most important thing. So this is part of your success. So you need to think about, like I said, this magic you have when it comes to words, this gift you have when it comes to your speech, your throat chakra. Start speaking a better life into your reality. Start affirming to yourself, I am going to have this life. This vision is going to complete. I am going to do this. You know what I mean? Here's the fun stuff. What he knows that you don't. So, oh my gosh. You don't know that this guy actually doesn't want to be single. He's frustrated with being independent. You see what this is saying here? He's frustrated. This goat is symbolizing his career. He's really frustrated about this right now. It makes me wonder what's going on. I just feel like he's an overachiever. He pushes himself really, really hard. Not in a bad way. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just like I feel like he's chasing after something that really isn't going to fulfill him. He is going to be very successful in his career. He already is. It's just like, he's kind of one of those people that's never satisfied. Like, he gets successful, but then he like doesn't celebrate it. And then he keeps thinking of the next thing and moving forward and setting more goals, which is really, really good. He just forgets to stop and celebrate. And that's important because that helps you feel more fulfilled. That helps you get grounded. And I think that's something you're kind of being called to do, which is why that's coming up. You guys are kind of marrying each other here. But ultimately, he's also very frustrated with having to do life alone and this separation, this twin flame separation here. So I think he might, honestly, you just might not be aware that this guy feels the same way. I mean, his feelings, I pull the unconditional love card. Your feelings, obviously you love this guy. But it's more about this vision you have. I'm not saying his feelings are more, your feelings are less, because everyone's feelings are personal and everybody feels things in their own unique way, you know what I'm saying? But interesting here. You're getting this love card, so you have to know this guy does feel this way, but this empty cup here also symbolizes insecurity. I wonder why he hasn't come forward. Maybe he just thinks it's a bad time, but you know what? It's never the right time. You know, he's struggling with being bold and coming forward. He does not want to be alone. He has this connection for you. I can pull some cards and see if like there's anyone else in their life if you really want me to. But I don't think that's the issue here. What you know that he doesn't. You are just trying to have some boundaries right now because you are really, you know, you have this wealth you've developed for yourself, and you're trying to accumulate even more. You know what I mean? It's like you've kind of been in this hibernation on your own in this period of life you're going through, but you know, you're kind of stepping out of the cave. You're kind of thinking like, all right, like I'm kind of ready for the next phase of my life. Like this whole program thing or whatever you're doing is ending, and it's kind of time to think about what the next phase of your life is going to look like. So you've been spending a lot of time on your own, and he doesn't know that you've really been like really thinking about like your life, like and spiritually too. Like what's this purpose here? Like what does this connection between you guys mean? Like what's, you know, how are you going to create this home and this family and this you know, idea you have for your life, this vision? So he just doesn't realize how much time you really do spend thinking about this. He doesn't realize how you pray about this, and you really are trying to have faith and hope and manifest this. He just doesn't understand that. He doesn't know. How weird. It's like you guys both don't know about these feelings you have for each other. It's really strange. That twin flame. Man. What does the path look like if you make a move? Oh my god. Oh my god. This is a crazy reading. This is a really crazy twin flame reading. I feel like this guy is really into you. It's saying that if you make a move, you're gonna have to make a decision about your home. Your household situation is improving, either through a move or a healthy change in the occupants. So I feel like if you tell this guy, you're gonna have to decide, where are we gonna live? Are you gonna move in with him, or is he gonna move in with you? You're gonna be closer to this person? I feel like if you say something, this is gonna happen. He is frustrated about being alone. Now, I pulled for you. What does the path look like if you don't make a move? That way you can decide. Oh my god. This is the home card from the other deck. This card says, allow yourself to receive. This will increase your intuition, energy, and ability to give to others. So be open for a new home. Okay. I'm just gonna say it, and you have to promise to email me back and tell me what happens, okay? But I really do feel like there's something here, and like this is gonna happen, and that you're gonna be living with this person, and you know, yeah. It doesn't really matter if you wait for him. Eventually he's gonna get the guts and do it. Eventually he's gonna, you know, be bold. It might be that when this career situation gets a little bit better for him, he finally feels confident to come forward and go pop, you know, and express this to you, and about how frustrated he is with being apart. And you know, if you tell him you're gonna have to make a choice about this home, and if he tells you and you wait, then you're just gonna have to be open, because obviously there's gonna have to be some business to be worked out here. It's like after you guys do that whole confess the feelings thing, then it's like, okay, how do we move forward? Like, move in together? Do I move closer to you? How are we going to make this work out with like where we live and where you live? You know, maybe there's a long distance thing you're gonna have to work out here. But yeah, it's interesting. His feelings. This must be why there's nothing happening right now, because I'm getting the blasted oak. What the F is going on with this guy? This is what's going on with him. This is his energy. these are his feelings kind of about the situation. It's like, sorry if you hear my bird screaming. She's like mad that I'm not hanging out with her. I tried bringing her in here for a reading once, but she just squawked the whole time. This is the blasted oak, and what it means is like, well, first of all, it means divine intervention. So, I pull this a lot of times when people break up. I pulled a lot of times when something crazy happens, like, someone finds out that they lost their job and they have, their whole family and them have to move somewhere back in with the parents and do this whole, and it's like this crazy, awful thing and everyone's freaking out. But then like a couple months later, they get a new house and, you know, they're living closer to their parents, and then they, you know, get a new job and it ends up working out perfectly and everything's even better than it was before. So you know what I'm saying? Usually it's like this crazy, awful catastrophe, but it ends up working out for the greatest good, because guess what? Everything does ultimately end up working out for your greatest good. That's why I'm always preaching about, you know, not getting sucked into fear and chaos too much, and trusting in what's happening around you and having faith and hope. So that's what he's going through. He's learning how to have faith and hope. I think that's why this card came out. He's being taught these lessons. He's receiving more faith and hope. It might be hard for you to understand because you just innately have that inside of you. You're an uplifter, you're a speaker, you're a writer, you're a, you know, that connection to the throat chakra. So it's going to be a lot easier for you to have hope and faith, and to express that, but not necessarily him. So this is saying go outside. He just needs to get connected with nature again. I suggest, and I think I just said this to another person I did a twin flame reading for, which is interesting, but I suggest that if you guys do end up going on a date or meeting up for anything, that you go out into nature with this person, because it will help you be more balanced and express your truth easier, and it will help them too. So, that's weird. Like, their feelings are just like, they're overwhelmed right now. I'm going to be real with you. And you know what? Maybe you just didn't know about this. I don't know how much contact you've had with this person, but this is by far one of the craziest cards in the deck, where all hell is breaking loose. And then, you know, I'm seeing this healing card and this endings and beginnings. So something has definitely ended, and he's lost something, and something quote unquote bad could have happened. And so, you know, that's not the time that someone's going to come out and be like, oh, you know, marry me, move in with me, and we'll live happily ever after, you know? So you got to understand that, the timing factor to this. And if you do decide to take this route and to say something and to open up, because this is your choice. Remember, this is what the path looks like if you do decide to, you know, make a move. And this is the path if you wait, and you just kind of wait, you know, and just don't, and wait for them. So this is your choice here, you know? So you're gonna have to decide. Now, his feelings, like I said, you might just want to wait until the energy is a little bit better with this person before you do that, if you decide to do something. Now, here is your advice from Spirit. They're saying that it's time for self-care, because you've been running yourself ragged with the schedule. So get out there, get your hair done, get your nails done, get some new clothes, new makeup or whatever. Like, some people are like really into shoes, and they're like, let's get some new shoes. And you know, you might just need to spend some time getting yourself balanced and feeling more confident, because like I said, I just skimmed your email. I didn't want to know too much, but it does really seem like you're kind of being called to unwind after all this crazy schedule you have. So they're saying keep stirring pots, be creative. I think there's something that's going to be happening with you in your career. You can check back with me in a couple months maybe, because I'm feeling some energy like there's a lot that's going to be happening with your career that you're completely unaware of right now. But they're just saying to be open and stir different pots. So when it comes to putting applications out for new jobs, think outside the box and apply for, like, give yourself a lot of options. and maybe even think about side businesses. I feel like you're so smart and so grounded and focused that you could be very successful starting your own business. And you might want to think about, instead of traveling all the time and wearing yourself out, what if you worked for yourself? What if you started your own business? I don't care where you're from, how old you are, what you look like, whatever. This is an amazing era, an amazing time for you to be able to start whatever business you want on the internet and be able to get customers like that. I mean, there are ways, and, you know, if there was ever a time that you could be successful using your natural gifts and talents, this is the time, this is the era. I'm so thankful to be here at this time, you know? So get in alignment with that and realize that there could be something that you're being called to do. It could be just like a side business, or it could really be something huge. So just start thinking about stirring pots, and that's what my partner and I call it, because him and I, we are very focused on certain aspects of our career, but then on the side, we like to stir pots and like find different ways to raise money and to use our talents and gifts and get our stuff out there. And so whenever we see this card, I say we because he kind of is the one who made up the stirring pots thing. He's a reader too, so yeah, sometimes you need to think about stirring pots and trying to find other ways, other streams and sources of income and stuff like that. And they're just saying, you need to focus on you right now. Focus on you. You know, you're really stressed about this, and that's why this card came out for you too. And what's going to help you relieve the stress is by taking good care of yourself. You know, it's really funny. Sometimes my bird gets super, super cranky when she hasn't had a bath for like a couple days. And I forget because she's a baby and it's kind of hard to give her a bath because she's still not getting used to it. Like, after a while, birds really start to love their baths and like play and stuff, but she seriously freaks out. It's kind of like giving a cat a bath at this point. So, but if she hasn't been taken care of and hasn't preened and hasn't, you know, gotten a bath, then she gets all like cranky and feral, and then I'll give her a bath and it's like it solves it. She's all happy and she's like cooing at me and she's being all cute and she's all shiny and fluffy and, you know, I think just seeing this bird kind of reminded me of that. So, you know, you too, you might be feeling very stressed out and very like cranky and overwhelmed, but you might just need a new haircut or something that makes you feel nice. And never underestimate the power of an amazing outfit. And remember to shop ethical fashion. Alright, I'm just kidding. This flew out of the deck for you. Look at this. Again, stay dedicated to your manifestations. You are very powerful. And I think maybe think about what you want to manifest in this situation. I think you already are. We talked about that. But start thinking about what energy you're putting into this relationship. Start feeding it with hope and with faith. I do see a lot happening here, but I mean, wow, it really seems to be like there's something going to happen with you guys. I really do feel like it could be that you guys move in and the whole happily ever after thing could happen. And if there's anyone else who's watching who always watches like all my love readings, then please comment, because I've never even used that phrase happily ever after in a love reading ever. I've never felt the guts to make this big of a call, because I don't want to give people false hope. I don't want to say like, oh, you guys are going to be together, and then they're like, well, actually, he just married this girl, and he stopped talking to me, and it's been 8 years, and I'm like, oh, and they've got 4 kids. You know what I mean? Like, but I've gotten amazing feedback on my readings so far. I've said stuff that was specific that people told me were like, wow, how did you know that I lived in Paris, and how did you know that, the guy looked like this, or how did you know, like stuff like that. So anyways, the answer is I have faith in these cards that come out, and I will tell you, I have not seen this placement before for, you know, what does the path look like if you do want to, you know, look at this mirroring here. This is so interesting. So I'm excited for you. You have to tell me what happens. And I think hopefully you can just have some faith with this and feel confident which path to choose here. I feel like whatever path you choose, this is gonna happen, you know? It's just, this guy's really, I feel like it's not the time. It's just not the time because of what's happening with his work and this personal situation. You might even know what this personal situation is depending on how close you guys are, so maybe you will understand, but I feel like you'll know. You'll know when he's kind of feeling a little bit better and when if you want to step forward and say something about it. But it might almost be better to just open to receive and see what he wants to do, because remember, he's really frustrated. I don't think he's gonna let himself stay alone for this long. So anyways, I'm really happy for you, and I'm sorry once again that I ended up giving you that general read. I don't know why I did that. I had a lot of people asking for readings yesterday, but hey, it all worked out and you ended up getting a free twin flame read. So once again, this is free. Don't feel like you have to pay me, and I hope that this helps you out. Peace out.